I will point out that if you are a government school politician and you need to scrub your budget, and you have a choice of firing an utterly worthless bureaucrat who does absolutely no good for anybody, or you can fire the mama patrol, you know, the woman that helps your kids cross the streets. The government school system will fire the mama patrol instead of the useless bureaucrat to make you feel guilty that you're not paying enough for education.
Can you speak in facts and actual circumstances? Because you're telling little stories there that really have no base in reality, I'm going to say.
We're going to leave that one right there. Do we want another rebuttal? Yes! Is everybody... Y'all want to keep going? Go ahead. 30 seconds, Storm. You want to speak in actual facts? All right. Well, we'll move on then to what is probably the most contentious issue on the ballot. Oh, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. We're moving down one each time. My mistake. Erica Grignon from the Constitution Party.
I don't actually live in Austin. I live in Pflugerville, but if I did live in Austin, I would have to say that I would vote against Proposition 1. I don't have a problem with giving teachers a raise, but not at the expense of the taxpayer. There's a lot of people who homeschool their kids. Why should they pay more property taxes to fund a public school that they don't even send their kids to? I'm very pro-homeschooling. I have 3 kids. 2 of them are homeschooled. 1 of them we still have in public school. And our 13-year-old son, we found out yesterday, he doesn't even know how to do long division. So.
All right then. Prop 2, which a week from tonight will be on the Austin ballot. A very contentious issue to add to the city's charter a ban on subsidies for retail developers and including a mandate for the city council to cancel, quote, any pending agreement between the city and retail developers in terms of subsidies. Are you for it? Are you against it? And why? The first answer goes to Wes Benedict from the Texas Libertarian Party.
I also voted for Prop 2 yesterday. I think it's wrong to subsidize a mall, one single upscale luxury mall with a $65 million subsidy. Just by chance, 5 years ago, I was at the Austin City Council. They were arguing over a smoking ban in bars throughout Austin. And I know some of y'all support that, some didn't. It was about a 50-50 vote in the end. I happened to be there for that, and this domain subsidy thing came up. And I couldn't believe they were thinking about subsidizing a mall for with $64 million in taxpayers. No one had heard about this in advance. I was one of about 2 or 3 people that spoke out against it. They had a long list of people who spoke out in favor of it. And so just my natural instincts that it's not right to favor a particular business or to give subsidies to any corporation or big business. So I'm definitely in favor of voting for Prop 2. I know all the political parties supported it. Additionally, I thought my opponent, Gerald Doherty, was in favor of Prop 2, but it just turns out that now he's listed on the website Keep Austin's Word as being opposed to Prop 2. So there's a Republican who was saying he was for it, and now he's against it. A two-faced guy.
Don Zimmerman.
Well, ditto to all of Wes Benedict's comments on SDS. I also voted in favor of that. And also the Travis County Republican Party had a resolution, and it was unanimous. The support for Prop 2 was unanimous in the Travis GOP. Yeah, it was terrific. All the reasons that Wes mentioned. Also, does anybody here know about how Simon got busted for sending a letter to the El Paso Chamber of Commerce? Okay, I'll let you do that, Deb. Yeah. Well, what happened is basically Simon was objecting to exactly the same kind of proposition they're benefiting from here in Austin, getting subsidized for their high-end retail center they objected for the same reasons that we opposed their subsidies. They were opposing somebody else's subsidy in El Paso because they weren't the recipient. Their competitor was the recipient, and their competitor was going to raid their stores out of their mall. So the corporate hypocrisy is just beyond belief. So, yeah, definitely we want to see SDS stop, and we don't want to see any favoritism for one business over another.
All right, Debbie Russell, representing the Nader Gonzalez campaign.
Nader Gonzalez campaign, I haven't spoken to them directly on this, but I know definitely that they were very much in favor of Proposition 2. They're very much opposed to corporate subsidies, especially when they play out in favoritism as these do.
Speak up right into the mic, please.
I'm sorry. This deal was built on secrecy and lies and should not be given the time of day. The fact that the opposition is spearheaded by the mayor. Who here respects the mayor of Austin? Raise your hand. We got one. Two, maybe. If you play city politics to the nth degree that I do, you'll learn otherwise. And you play state too much, so you're not down there in City Hall. The man is a tool, and guess where he's going after? I'm sorry, but he is. Guess where he's going after this? Guess where he's lining himself up to get a job? With developer lobbyists. So just to understand where this comes from, where they keep Austin's word and the logo that's keep Austin weird, pathetic attempt to try to build off of that localism. If you support local business, you will vote for Prop 2 because over 500 local businesses are actively supporting this measure, along with every organization in town other than the Chamber of Commerce and the real estate developers.
Andy Brown from the Travis County Democrats.
Yeah, I don't have much to add on this other than I do in fact respect Will Lynn. The Democratic Party voted to support Prop 2. I do need to note that the Austin Chronicle, which I have got to say I very often agree with their thoughts on this. I think I'll be the only one here pointing this out, but they, I think, make an argument against the way that the proposition is worded. And I don't disagree whatsoever with especially what Wes said, I think. But I think there is some troubling part to it in the wording of whether or not it would affect the Miller development as well. But we, as a party, supported it.
Okay. And Erica Grignon, that's it right that time? Grignon. Oh, there you go. I sounded it out, and it was closer than you guys.
So you did the correct French way. I support Proposition 2. I'm also a member of the steering committee for Texans Accountable Government. I don't even live in Austin, and I've been coming on the weekends to hang door hangers in favor of Proposition 2. I personally don't think it's fair to the local businesses in Austin, for the city to award a high-end luxury mall almost $65 million in taxes. And I think it's outrageous, and that more people need to be outraged by it. And there's really not much more that I can add. I just know that I'm very much in favor of Proposition 2. And I'm sorry.
That's great, thank you. And now announcing a change to our roster. We've swapped out Cat Swift for Bill Holloway. He is the co-chair of the Travis County Green Party. Bill, this one's all yours now.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm involved here at the local level. Am I getting too much?
Yeah, you're a little back up a little bit.
How about that?
We got a sound guy over there?
Raise your hand if you can't hear me. All right, good. So yeah, the Green Party of Travis County is endorsing Proposition 2 as well, for all the reasons I mentioned before. It's also interesting to mention that there are important exemptions for programs for incubating small local retail business. There are exemptions for that in Proposition 2. So and also for tips. So that's important to mention. The mayor, in a recent letter sent out to a lot of you probably here in Travis County, tried to imply that there's something in the law now passed in December of 2007 that prevents this kind of retail abuse. Well, the mayor's misleading you. It's not a law. It's not an ordinance. It's a resolution which can be overturned on a simple voice vote of the council. So Austin's not keeping its word to the citizens. and neither did the developer. They promised us 4 acres of open space. Well, they're not doing it. They promised us, something like $35,000 mall jobs out of this mall, and that's not the reality. So when we talk about keeping Austin's word, the Green Party